For my senior project, I chose to explore the place where art education and outdoor education could possibly meet. I call my project Expedition Art, Integrating Art and Wilderness Education, and it is comprised of 3 distinct parts. The first step in this project was research-based. I wrote a paper that explored the use of the visual arts as a learning tool in outdoor education. The paper provides a rationale for integrating arts into wilderness experiences, and it is aimed at outdoor educators. This research paper became the introductory chapter to a series of art activities I developed throughout the remainder of the spring term. The art activities intend to enrich outdoor education experiences for adolescents and young adults. They guide student participants through self-reflection and encourage explorations of group dynamics and sense of place. While the art activities focus on the outdoor education concepts of self, place, and group, they also teach important studio-based art skills. For the third and final part of this project, I piloted a selection of my art activities with a small group of COA student volunteers. The group and I spent a full day of hiking and art making here in Acadia National Park. This was an opportunity for me to gather feedback from my participants and use their comments and my own observations from the field to inform the editing and revisions of my designs. So you're probably wondering what brought me to this. Well, I came to COA 2 years ago as a transfer student. I arrived as an undergraduate with a background in the visual arts and was eager to apply my creativity to new subject matter, particularly within the realm of experiential education. In the fall of 2008, a course co-taught by Bonnie Tai and Tanya Kittleson called Experience and Place in Education afforded me the opportunity to begin exploring the design, facilitation, and assessment of place-based interdisciplinary learning. At the end of this course, my classmates and I were asked to each design a lesson or activity we would facilitate for our classmates and teachers while on a 3-day camping trip. We were encouraged to teach our group something new, share with them a particular area of our expertise. I chose to design an art-based activity for the group. I called it Nature Portraits. I asked the members of our group to collect materials from our natural surroundings and use them to construct an abstract or representational self-portrait. Some of their work is shown here in this slide. After individuals created their self-portraits, I assigned each student a partner and asked them to make a portrait of their peer. The nature portrait activity guided my group through self-reflection, encouraged them to focus on details in the landscape, the use of symbolism in their artwork, or the idea of identifying themselves or their peers with objects in the landscape. The nature portrait activity was so well received that I knew I wanted to continue exploring the use of art in outdoor education as a learning tool for my senior project. Some of the art activities that I have designed this spring as part of my senior project are similar in spirit to the nature portrait activity. One of the new activities I've designed and tested with COA students this spring is called Mythical Creatures. Like the nature portrait activity, Mythical Creatures encourages participants to self-reflect. I asked students to render themselves as semi-human creatures, and some of their work is shown in this slide. Participants had to choose what parts of them would remain human and what parts would transform into animal. I asked them to consider their strengths, weaknesses, inspirations, and aspirations. I also used this activity to teach students about color. Here I asked them to consider how their color combinations might evoke mood in their artwork. Another activity I facilitated with this group of students I call Group Panoramic. The students and I sat in a circle with our backs to one another. We worked together to draw 360 degrees of our landscape. We each used a different drawing material and rotated every 5 minutes to the next drawing in the circle until we returned to the spot where we had began. The activity resulted in a mixed media rendering of our surroundings as seen from one shoulder of Cadillac Mountain. In this slide, you can see our collaborative drawings. Everyone who participated in this activity had so much fun. One student said that the chance to engage in collaborative art together was an excellent avenue for inviting the development of close interpersonal knowledge within our group. With this project, I have discovered that art in outdoor education can act as a helpful learning tool when dealing with abstract ideas pertaining to self-knowledge, self-awareness, group development, personal transformations, and metaphorical learning. Art can act as a concrete way of thinking about or processing these topics. But most importantly, I've found that art making slows people down. It creates a calm, concentrated, attentive, and sensitive environment. And when we slow down, we become more aware of ourselves, and an increased connection of body, mind, and place can be achieved. So not surprisingly, this project has inspired me to pursue work as an outdoor educator who would integrate art making into my outdoor expeditions. But the project has also sparked my interest in becoming an art educator, one who would integrate the outdoors into my studio art curriculum somehow. But which one I'll eventually become, I haven't yet decided. Thank you.